to the Copper King Mine and Railroad. Today we're going to talk about strikes. Bingham Canyon Mine had their share of them, so stay tuned.
Strike. We're going to talk about strikes at Bingham Canyon Mine. We'll start with this 1912 strike. The Western Federation of Miners Union was trying to get a foothold around the mines at Bingham, especially Utah Copper, who had many employees. The new open-cut mining operation was labor-intense. Utah Copper was bringing people in from all around the world to work at the mine. Many of those workers arrived from Greece. They came to Bingham and other mines out west through the padrone system. You paid a man or a padrone anywhere from $25 to $50 to get a job. That was a lot of money back then. The patron at Bingham was Leonidas G. The Greeks claimed that he not only charged to get the job, but he also took a small monthly sum each month to keep your job, and insisted you shop at his Kennecott store. Stirred up by the Western Federation of Miners, they were asking for 50 cents per shift more and getting rid of the padrone system. So September 1912, Utah Copper and the other mines in the area went on strike. Now the Greeks, they took to the mountain with guns and supplies. They wanted to stop the strike breakers from working. 25 deputies rushed to Bingham in a special train car. 150 more were recruited, supplied with guns and ammunition, including a machine gun. Here's a picture of what that machine gun looked like. Anyway, the standoff began. Tensions mounted. Occasional shots were exchanged. After days, one man, Father Vasilios Lambrides, from the Greek Orthodox Church, broke the impasse, persuading the men to listen to reason. Now, Robert Gimbel, the general mine superintendent, would say, "The company does not recognize the Western Federation of Miners. Utah Copper will stick by that for many years." The company gave them 25 cents per shift, but most importantly, they eliminated the patron system. President of Utah Copper, Daniel Jackling, was a hardliner anti-union. Attitudes won't change until 1942, after Jackling retired as president. Then the company will establish a Department of Industrial Relations to foster management labor relations. In 1944, the International Union of Mine and Mill and Smelter was organized as a bargaining agent. By 1963, Utah Copper Division will deal with some 19 separate bargaining units for 7,500 employees. But with unions came strike. Now here's a list of a few. In 1959, there'll be a 5.5-month strike. This will be the second longest. This saw union members getting food from the union storehouses, and the town of Bingham will look like a ghost town. In 1964, there'll be a 2.5-month strike. Now, in 1976, it will be an 8.5-month strike. Now, I remember this one well. My father was working up there at the time, and it was really a hard one. It was the most devastating strike in history. Utah lost $375,000 a day in the state's economy. Strikers lost an average of $5,000, so it was a bad one. I started working at the mine in 1969, so I remember the next few ones. The 1971 strike, it was only 29 days long. In 1974, it was only 6 days. 1977, it was 19 days long, and then in 1980, it was 71 days long. So let's take a look at some of the pictures of these strikes that took place at Bingham Canyon. These first pictures were taken at strike headquarters, and that was up to Union Hall. That was high up on Main Street, and the date on that was August 1951. Now, the next one was, the year was 1959, and these guys are standing around by the Gimbal Club and the Vertical Tram. I like their tall picket signs. Here's another picture of that 1959 strike. Then we have some great pictures of the 1964 strike. Now, these pictures were taken by the Salt Lake City Tribune newspaper. We have a lot of pictures of these, so this is really interesting to see. It gives you a feel and sense what a strike at Bingham was like. The first of these pictures, they're setting up picket lines at Lead Mine, and that's at the beginning of the canyon. And then some other pictures a little further down the line they're taken at Frogtown, and that's up in about midway in the canyon. So let's take a look at some of these pictures of the 1964 strike at Bingham Canyon Mine.